around 60 days, dozens of tents have filled King's College Circle here at the University of Toronto. But now that a judge has ruled students can protest but not camp out on school property, what does that mean for the future of student demonstrations?
As the judge outlined very clearly, this encampment is not hateful. Protesting for Palestine is not hateful. It is not anti-Semitic. It is none of those things.
Student protesters say their encampment is only one tactic and their community is strong.
We should not be surprised by the outcome.
The student's lawyer says the judge's decision is based on a single legal principle: who owns private property.
This is repeatedly what is done in injunction cases when people stand up collectively and when they try to challenge the status quo. We've seen the same principle be used to remove land defenders and remove people who protest against extractive practices by private companies. Our court system and the use of police to remove people from land is continuously used to try to defend the status quo, and that is the only principle the judge could find to rule in the university's favor.
In a statement, the University of Toronto said the decision affirms people's rights to assemble and protest, but added the court order returns front campus to the entire university community and prevents any one group from asserting control of a shared space at the university in order to promote a particular view and deprive others of the freedom to express opposing viewpoints. To understand how we got here, we need to go back more than 8 weeks. It was about 4 a.m. on a Thursday morning when pro-Palestinian demonstrators crossed through fencing put up by the university and started setting up their encampment. At first, it was some 55 tents. Then, as the days stretched into weeks, that ballooned. From the very beginning, students have said they are in it for the long haul. Calling on U of T to divest from companies profiting from Israel's offensive in Gaza and end partnerships with Israeli academic institutions they say are complicit in the war. The school has said it holds no, quote, direct investments in any companies and will not boycott partnerships with other universities.
We're not looking for any empty words from the administration. We're not looking for any meetings that doesn't really get us anywhere, where no promises are made. We're really hoping for President Gertler and his administration to meet our exact demands to the word, and we're not leaving until we get that.
The university has said repeatedly that it respects students' rights to lawful protest.
Our approach is in keeping with the university's fundamental commitments to free expression, peaceful protest, and the diversity of opinions that exist in our community.
But said school property is private property. And a few weeks into the encampment, it issued a trespass notice after what it called a full and fair offer to the encampment participants was rejected. A deadline for demonstrators to clear out came and went. And that's when the university decided to take the case to court. The school was hoping the encampment would be gone before some 34 convocation ceremonies took place in June. But those went ahead as scheduled with some stepped-up security. Outside the ceremonies, a Jewish organization held a press conference talking about the ongoing harms facing Jewish students, some too scared to go to their own graduation.
We continue to call on the U of T administration to show leadership and send a clear message that a hateful, anti-Jewish occupation of the campus will not be tolerated.
Half a dozen Jewish organizations who gave submissions at the hearing say they are relieved the encampment will be coming down. This U of T professor is a member of the Jewish Faculty Network. He also supports the encampment. He said protesting is one thing, but getting the university administration's attention was another.
This was the only way the students who've been trying since December to get the university administration across all 3 campuses get their attention. This was the only time that the university administration actually took them seriously. That it was only through the encampment, the People's Circle for Palestine, that the students could get the university administration's attention to the point where they started to negotiate. That negotiation should have gone faster, and there were certain guarantees that the students were looking for that the administration would simply not give them.